and welcome everyone to this podcast, Upfront and Personal. Here is your host, Ananya, all set to become all upfront and personal with each and every one of you listening. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you all are feeling productive. I hope you all are mentally healthy because you guys, there is nothing more precious. There is nothing more important, and there is nothing more sweeter than your mental health. When you feel good, when your well-being is completely okay, when you feel like you can do things, when you feel like you can achieve stuff, and when you feel energetic, there's nothing better than that. And I feel like all of this and how you feel throughout the day really depends on how you spend your mornings and how you choose to spend your mornings. In fact, I feel like there are a lot of times when we feel that things are external. How my morning goes and how my day goes, it depends on a lot of other different things that can happen to me, and I'll just let the day happen to me. But that's the entire point of essentialism and intention, right? Intentional living means that do not let the day happen to you, but make that day happen for you. You have to make that day happen, and that's in your hands. Now, I'm not saying that you hustle till you make it and all of that. I'm not trying to force that formula on you or anything. I am just saying that there are some key habits that if you include in your routine, if you start your morning on a good footing, you will feel better and you will feel energetic, and you will be able to take on the day in the way that you want to. You will feel productive, you will feel energetic. And yes, these habits are not a solution to your mental health. If you have an issue, then that's completely different thing. But I'm just saying that mornings are very, very important, and they are a very constructive base of how your day is going to be. You guys, I understand that routines are subjective, that you might have a life that I don't even know about. You might have some habits, you might have some tasks on your to-do list that I absolutely have no idea about. And you're completely right. You might be thinking, how can I dictate your morning? How can I tell you how you have to live your life? And trust me, I'm not here to tell you anything of that sort. I'm here to tell you there are 5 things which, if you inculcate in your morning, no matter where you come from, no matter what you do, no matter what stage of life you're at, your mornings will be better and your days will be better. And these are all 5 things that I do personally, and it has made my life better. Of course, I'm not a life coach or anything, but I'm a human being, and as like any other human being, I also inculcate habits through a trial and error method. This works, this made me feel good, this made me more productive, this made me more mentally healthy, this stays. This was just toxic for me, this gets out. That's how I pick my habits, right? And from trial and error of whatever I have learned in these 25 years about how I like to design my mornings, I feel like these are 5 things that if everyone does, it would really apply to everyone across the board and will make everyone happy. So let's just get started. Number 1. Make sure that you take a big drink of water first thing in the morning. You guys, do not put anything else in your body till you have had your water. We don't even realize it, but we get up very, 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 very dehydrated. Yes, 6 to 8 hours of your entire night you're sleeping in the bed and you are not drinking water except maybe few sips. And if you would be awake, just imagine, if you are awake, you don't really get through 6 to 8 hours without having water, right? You can't survive on 6 to 8 hours of your day when you're awake with just few sips of water. That's just not physically possible. Hence, I would really, really suggest that you have water first thing in the morning. It's extremely important to hydrate yourself. You guys, you can make your water interesting even if you don't like it having in first thing in the morning. I'm sure when you are in the process of putting a habit, it really seems disgusting. It really seems like something that your body is actually repulsing, and I completely get that. But that's okay. You don't really have to have plain water. You can add different interesting things to it. You can add lemon and honey to it. You can maybe add some ACV to it. Whatever floats your boat, whether it's lukewarm, whether it's warm, whether it's hot, whether it's room temperature, you decide. But whatever form it is, just have some water. Number 2, make sure to get some stretches in. Yes, no matter if you work out first thing in the morning or not, whether you work out in the evening, whether you work out in the night, that's completely fine. But make sure that you have some kind of stretching for 5 minutes in the morning, because we are laying down for 6 to 8 hours while we are asleep. Our body has a lot of knots even when we don't realize it, but when we get up first thing in the morning, we need to make sure, because we have to go and work for the rest of the day and we have to be proactive, we have to make sure that our body is also with us. Like a body and a body and a to-do list have to be on the same page, right? So make sure that you get those knots dissolved. Make sure that you get some kind of stretching in. Even if you're going to do your full-blown workout at some time of the day, like which is not morning, maybe evenings, afternoons, even nights, that's completely fine. I don't know your schedule. I don't know when you feel the most energetic, and that's completely okay. But even then, have some kind of stretching. And if you are someone who works out first thing in the morning, that's completely fine. But before you start a heavy workout, I would suggest do a 5 minutes of stretching even then, because as I said, a body has been really, really lazy throughout the night, as it should be. A body was resting. So it has a lot of knots, right? It's really not at its optimum energy level. So you have to bring it to your optimum energy level. Even if you are feeling it, your body has to be on the same page, right? So before a full-blown workout, make sure that you stretch your arms, you stretch your legs, you stretch your back, you stretch your neck a little bit also, because your neck has been on a pillow for a little bit and it gets a little bit uncomfortable throughout the night, even without us realizing it. So I think stretching is a very good idea in the mornings, that we are proactive and energetic for the rest of the day. Number 3. Well, wear your goddamn SPF. It's extremely important for us to wear SPF. Yes, there is a common misconception that if we are living in a rainy or cloudy area, or we are living in an area where there are always winters, we don't really have to wear SPF, but it's not true. Wear your sunscreen, whether even when it's raining outside and even when it's North Pole. I do not care whether it's North Pole or whether it's Sahara Desert. You have to wear your goddamn SPF. And there's a misconception also that you have to just wear SPF 50. No, you can wear SPF 30 and it would be completely fine. You can go and choose a sunscreen that actually suits your face, suits your skin. Because I understand when you have oily skin and when you have acne problem, a lot of sunscreen can make you feel very, very sweaty and make you break out a lot, and you would feel really, really repulsed to those sunscreens. But you have to also understand that if a sunscreen is doing that to you, that particular product is not made for your skin. The entire concept of sunscreen is not flawed. You can definitely go, and there are so many effective sunscreens in the market. You can still go and buy. And if you are a dry skin person, I know there are a lot of matte sunscreens in the market, just like me. They really, really make your skin very, very dry, and you feel like mixing it with moisturizer. But when it's summers, you don't really feel like putting moisturizer first thing in the morning. So I completely get all those dilemmas. So even if you have to go and buy a little bit more expensive sunscreen, that's okay. Go buy it, because it's better to buy a sunscreen right now than to actually spend hundreds and thousands of dollars and rupees on anti-aging treatments, or to deal with skin issues, to deal with issues like skin cancer or melasma or rosacea. If you have a dry and sensitive skin, if you have a skin that gets irritated very, very easily, I think all of this is just going to add to your skin problems. If you are not wearing SPF and still stepping out in sunlight, it's only going to make matters worse. So do not do that. I repeat, just don't do that. Now, also make sure when you're applying your sunscreen, you're not just applying it on your face, but you're applying it on your neck, you're applying it on the back of your ears. You are taking the excess sunscreen and putting it on your palms. And if you have not applied sunscreen on your arms and legs, make sure that you cover them up with sleeves and pants and stuff like that. That's how I like to protect my skin. But if I know that I'm going to be wearing a skirt, or I'm going to be wearing like shorts and stuff, I will apply sunscreen on my legs as well. There are a lot of sunscreen sprays that are available in market. There are a lot of body lotions that are available in market that have SPF in it, and they're very effective because they're not only effective sunscreens, but they're also effective lotions. Or if you if it's really really hot, then go for sunscreen sprays, because you would not want to feel like, putting cream on your arms and legs, because arms and legs get really really sweaty in summers. So I completely get it. Go find a sunscreen product that works for you and apply your sunscreen like a good kid. Number 4, make sure that you take out 5 minutes in the morning to listen to news, whether it's national, whether it's international, whether it's your local news. Make sure that you listen to all of it in the morning, because it's a very very good habit, and it's a very constructive habit to be conversant with whatever that's happening around you first thing in the morning. You guys, whether you are a 16-year-old or whether you are 60, if you are a school student, if you are a working professional, if you are a parent, if you're retired, I do not care. You have to be very conversant with whatever that's happening around you. If nothing, if you wake up at like 5 o'clock and leave your house at 6 o'clock, even if you have a schedule that's as busy as that, make sure that you get some kind of news in. If nothing, if not in detail, then at least headlines. If you don't have time to read a full on newspaper, you can read it in so many other ways. You can download an app, you can switch on your TV, you can switch on the radio in your car, you can watch it on YouTube, or you can just have Alexa play it. Anything, any of all of these resources that are available to you, figure it out and make sure that you have headlines in first thing in the morning. Now, why am I saying that read it in the morning and not in the later part of the day? Because in the morning when we are getting ready, we still have some time. When once a day starts, we will just be working for whatever job that you have, and then in the night you will come back, on your day will end, and then you would not be having that kind of energy to listen to news or do anything recreational. You just would really want to go to bed. So it's a good thing that you get it first thing in the morning. And if you get headlines in first thing in the morning, you would know what is the major thing that happened when you were sleeping, what is the major thing that happened in the evening or night and stuff like that, depending on when was the last time when you checked the news. And then for the rest of the day, you will have time to actually sit and read that news article, that news item in detail. You can go and Google things, you can get a magazine article, you can pull out a newspaper article and read more in detail about that particular item, whether it's national news, whether it's international news. Basically, you will know how much news you have to read, and you will be able to allocate time to it in a much more better and constructive way for the rest of the day. Number 5, and the last advice that I would give to everyone across the board, is to start your day with some kind of mindfulness. Guys, that mindfulness does not necessarily come in one shape, form or size. It comes in different shapes, the forms of sizes. You guys, I'm not saying that sit and meditate for 15 minutes in the morning, otherwise you are a failure. I can't do that. That's just really toxic to say that. Nobody's got time to meditate in the morning. But hey, if you do, like, good for you. I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong with your life. See, people always, whenever I tell them that mindfulness is extremely necessary to start your day with, they equate it with meditation, which is not true. You don't really necessarily have to meditate. What you have to do is you have to make sure that you understand what this day is going to hold on for you. What does this day has in pocket for you? And I completely understand there are a lot of emergencies, exigencies, and unseen, unforeseeable things that can happen and that can come into your way. And when you get up in the morning, you might have envisioned your day in a completely different way, and now it looks completely different. But that happens to everyone. What you can do is, when you start your day in the morning, you should still have an idea about all of those things that have been pre-designed and pre-scheduled for the day. How I like to instill mindfulness in my day is, I sit on my table and I make a to-do list. You can make a to-do list on an app, you can make a to-do list on paper like I do, or you can make a to-do list in your mind even. But at least you should know what are you going to do, what are the events that you have to attend, what are the people that you have to speak to, what is the work that you have. Is it going to be an easy busy day? Is it going to be a very busy and very tight day? Can you schedule more things? How is it gonna be? And I completely get it. guys, that we all have a general idea of how a day is going to look like. But when we actually give in time, when we have a method in the morning to understand and think about how the day is going to look like, what happens is that we actually get a very crystal clear idea about the day, which is much better than just having a general idea. So try having that. If you are someone who hates to-do lists, if you are someone who hates meditation, there are several different ways in which you can instill mindfulness. All you have to do is you have to sit and you have to just think about the day and just make sure that you are prepared for whatever is going to happen. Because as I said in the beginning, intentional living is all about not just that the day should just not fly by you. You should make that day happen. You should be in control of the day as much as you can. Of course, do not have control issues. I'm not saying that. But yeah, all you can do is at least have a clear idea of your to-do list and try and control your to-do list as much as you can. Even if you don't have time to sit for 5 minutes, you can do all of that while you're taking a shower, while you're cooking, while you're laying down the table, while you're having your breakfast, while you're driving, while you're just waiting for some things to happen. Like as I said, while you're waiting for something to microwave, you can still get all of that done. And you will really feel better, because now you're prepared for the day of whatever you know that's going to happen in the day. And I think mindfulness is a key to start your day with on a very positive and constructive note. So you guys, just these 5 things, they do not require a lot of equipment. Just make sure first thing in the morning you drink a lot of water, 1 to 2 glasses of water perhaps. Second, stretch your body. Third, wear your goddamn SPF. Fourth, as I said, listen to some kind of news. And fifth, start your day with mindfulness. I think it's really going to help all of you. And if it does help you, write to me on my Instagram. My Instagram is Ananya2893, ANANYA2893. I would love to carry on this conversation and also understand how your mornings look like, what are the other habits that you might have in the morning. And yeah, I'm always up for a good chat. I will see you guys in my next one.